When Nintendo unveiled the two incredibly hot professors in the second trailer, I was super excited for them. We've only ever had one per generation, and it was an interesting break from tradition. However, as more trailers have been released, I haven't been completely convinced that the role that they play is so simple, specifically with the release of Headmaster Clavel. Why did it make me suspicious? Well, because his name follows the professor naming convention. Clavel translates to carnation, which is a tree native to Mediterranean countries, including Spain, which Paldea is based on. In contrast, neither Sada nor Turo follow the standard naming convention. Sada is derived from the Spanish word for past, pasada, and Turo is derived from the Spanish word for future, futuro. In fact, they seem to be leaning full tilt into their opposing theming, so much so that they're reminiscent of certain characters that we've seen before in the series, Team Magma's Maxi and Team Aqua's Archie. I propose that Sada and Turo are the real enemy team leaders of the game. These two are very similar to Archie and Maxi in that they are both deeply interested in different lore of a region. Perhaps because why would they give you two professors and not utilize the assets in both games? Which game you choose is which professor will go to terrible means to see their research realized, while the other works with you to stop them, or even vice versa. This will most likely be part of the treasure hunt portion of the game's story, alongside the Team Star storyline and the Gym storyline. And what of Team Star? Well, Team Star is most likely the dupe team, like Team Skull and Yell. They have the same energy as that. Perhaps they even become helpful as the plot goes along, like Team Skull and Yell do in their respective stories. The stakes regarding them, even if they are the protagonist's bullies, simply don't seem to be on the level of all other enemy team motivations. And what is the role of the heavily featured Cyclozar? From the official page of Cyclozar, it's described as a Pokemon that lives with humans. This Pokemon has lived in many households in the Paldea region since ancient times. It has a mild disposition, and people riding Cyclozar are a very common sight. It seems possible but unlikely that this Pokemon will evolve into Koraidon or Miraidon. I don't think they'll go the Cosmog route again. It seems more like how Rotom was thought to be a legendary Pokemon at first, or even how there are many Shaymin that exist despite only getting one via event in the game itself. Though I don't believe that this Pokemon is a legendary, I think that it's perhaps genetically similar, or even a descendant of the box art legendaries. This is where the three professors come in. They're studying the way that this Pokemon relates to those of legend, and as more data is discovered during your journey, depending on the version you choose, one of the professors will begin to become obsessed with their work, a la Archie and Maxi, and will try to capture your version exclusive legendary, and all hell will break loose, which the protagonist will have to rectify. And what is Geeta's role? Our new champion is most likely a Cynthia or Leon type, where they're loosely related to the plot of stopping the bad guy. Perhaps she's initially assisting the professors in their research, and upon discovering their true nature, she defects to the protagonist's side, or in a completely unprecedented betrayal, she joins them. And where do Armarouge and Ceruledge come into play? If we are to assume that these are legendary Pokemon as well, they most likely perform the function that the Lake Trio and the Swords of Justice perform, where they keep balance when it gets out of whack between the greater, more powerful legendaries. There are plenty of other strings that I have yet to find where they lead, like this insignia featured in the original announcement trail. I have no idea what this would allude to. Elements like the clock and heavy implication of research have been expounded upon in later trailers. What do you think? I'm interested to see what others' thoughts are, and we'll only know for sure once the game is released in November. Maybe I'm way off base, but at least it's a fun idea for a twist. But thanks so much for watching. Let me know what you think.